I try to keep them all the same, just different.
Yeah, because it can get out of hand.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I've got Microsoft Word sheet, just different passwords.
Focus on Christmas time.
Again, fix your hair, Chris. Do something.
You got it.
Put Connie in the back row. Put Connie in the back row.
Yeah. I like it.
All right, it's 9 o'clock. Let's call the Blanco County Commissioners Court to order this Tuesday, December the 10th, 2024, and ask Ms. Waller to call the roll.
Judge Burke.
Here.
Commissioner Rea. Commissioner Bieber.
Here.
Commissioner Eastman.
Here.
Commissioner White.
Here. Please join us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I pledge allegiance to Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Please remain standing for the invocation. Pastor Boatwright.
Good morning and Merry Christmas.
Good morning.
Merry Christmas.
That's not good enough. Good morning and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Let's pray. Father, you've granted me something special today to share, and I thank you and I praise you for it. Because of you, God, we have strength in all that we do. Because of you, we have your love, and you're our best friend. Because you know, we know, because of you, we know we're safe. In the darkest times that we face today, there's still light, because you're that light. Because of you, Father God, heaven's looking down today. And these solutions to all the problems we face and deal with, you have and you are the answer. Because of you, God, thank you for renewing us in wisdom, strength, and courage today. And especially today, God, this time of the year, this season, the treasure we have is because of you. And that's Jesus Christ. And I pray all this in his name. And God, a big P.S., keep and protect our family this holiday season, this Christmas season. In Jesus' name I pray. All together say,
Amen.
And one more time, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
The minutes of the 26th of November meeting are presented for your review.
I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes and to accept them as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Riley was first. Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 2, payroll.
Make a motion to approve the estimated December 2024 payroll in the amount of $594,495.52.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Easter, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item 3, we're missing JP4 still reports. Other than that, they're in and available for your review. we'll catch up JP4 next time. Motions?
I'm moving, we approve the official reports for November of 2024, pending JP Force.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Commissioner Weir, discussion. I guess this is a good point as any discussion. It would be nice if the reports were more uniform in how they end. I've done this for a number of years now, and my predecessor did it for a number of years before that, and there's Celia's, it looks good, and then Laura's looks good, the county attorney's looks good, they all have the same sort of body to them, and then some do not. So maybe we'll look at that in the future, because they don't look uniform. If someone were looking at official reports, they're kind of all over the place. With that said, all in favor say aye. Aye. And opposed. Motion carries. Item 5, outstanding bills.
I'll make a motion to ratify the outstanding bills in the amount of $1,957.60 and approve the outstanding bills in the amount of $373,851.05.
Second.
Commissioner Riley, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Motion carries. I did skip over item 4, but there were no line item transfers, so you all didn't call me on it. Item 6, Ms. Howell, are you? There you are. I think we're going to call this the sort of an annual event where Carly gives us a status report. I'm sorry, I'm section 2. Floor is yours.
So we just wanted to kind of give, like you said, an annual report for the year, of kind of what extension has been doing. I'm Carly Howell, so I'm going to kind of go more with the ag and natural resources side and talk about what she's done for the year. But so you have copies of the annual reports that we turned into our boxes. So just kind of highlights on there. 66% of Buckland County is comprised of pasturing. So I found that it was crucial to talk more about brush management, range management. Because the year that I've been here now, I've found that those are kind of the most important topics for our and so with that, I did extension has done workshops throughout the year. So in March we had just kind of a general livestock raising management workshop, and then in June we do have a lot of people in the county who have a pesticide applicator license, and every year they do require the CEU hours. So I was able to provide 5 CEU hours in June. And there were 37 attendees in that program that were able to those hours. We also have a thing newsletter that at the time on the paper it says it goes up to 180 people, but that number is a little over 200 now. And I think you all get that as well if you aren't getting that email to you. But kind of some impacts with those programs as well. I did have a 52.5% respond saying that they would economically benefit from the programs that were provided by academic extension this year. And 80% of those people as well said that they plan to take action and use some of those items that we talked about in our programs to implement them on their own pastures to improve their grazing. And then that's kind of the highlights for ag programming, but I'll also include some of our 4-H. So this year, our county show is going to be on January 2nd and 3rd. We'd love to see the community there. So the sale is going to be on the 11th this year as well. We did have 18 4-H members entered into majors this year. That's up from 16 from last year. Joined with our major stock shows. We did also start a new program called Clover Kids, and that helps the maybe some younger siblings that aren't quite old enough to be in regular 4-H. So we have the kinder through second grade kids are able to become a 4-H member now. We had 10 so far sign up this year, but we could get more soon. Another component of the Ag and Natural Resources section of AgriLife is our master gardeners, and our master gardeners have contributed a lot this year. They do the butterfly garden here, and of course plenty of other spots within the area. We have 27 active master gardeners this year with 9 interns. Those members contributed 1,395 hours, which equates to about $46,718 for the volunteer hours. And that's all.
Are you buying any pigtails?
Say that one more time.
Are you buying any pigtails?
I didn't get a number for the pigtails, but we've had quite a few drop off. So that's going really well. I've had a lot more people ask about them and tell me that they have some in their freezer that they're saving up to bring a big bundle of them. So I think that's going really well.
So the biggest bundle they could bring would be 60, right? 59.
Yeah.
What is the other group that it's not the master gardeners, but it's
The master naturalists.
master naturalists?
Mhm.
And it's not the same, but they're related.
They're like cousins of each other, so they're still under the same way that the master gardeners are. They do service our county, but I think their headquarters is actually in Burnett County. So I think they do more of their traveling up there than here, so you don't see quite as much in Burnett County.
And they, am I right that they focus a lot on the Gem in the Hills?
They do work with Jim and Hills. I think they also do some work with Vandenberg and in the national parks in the county. Or state parks, sorry.
Commissioners?
You ever do anything with beekeeping?
We do have a couple master gardeners that are also in the Beekeepers Association, and so there is kind of some overlap there where we did have a program back in October that they did have some beekeeping talk at our master gardener workshop. So there are some beekeeping topics.
Let's see what Gretchen has to say.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So I'm Gretchen Sanders, Lincoln County Extension Agent, Family and Community Health, and commissioners and judge, you've got a handout there that highlights some of our bigger programs this year in 2024. Of course, we had a nice turnout for the Walk Across Texas, which is a physical fitness challenge. We had 37 Blanco County residents. And that included 16 Blanco County employees who participated, completed the challenge, and were awarded 4 hours of annual leave. And I understand from Ms. Harrison, she's wishing that we were doing Walk Across Texas now, that everybody has scattered to different sites. So I understand you're doing a lot of walking now. So we might want to get that started again soon. So what's important about this program is the best way to describe it is that sitting is the new smoking, is how they're describing it. So all of us that are sitting at a desk need to get up and move, get out and walk when you get home. And we know that we can make a huge economic impact or by participating in this program. So the diabetes savings to Blanco County, and this is just with the 16 Blanco County employees, it was $231,972. We also had a huge cardiovascular savings, which is about 230. And then the total impact for Blanco County with everyone that participated was $461,900 $55. So we know that those of us that get out and walk are maybe less sick, we're less prone to things like diabetes, cardiovascular disease. So we can calculate how much money it might save us, and that's really important right now. So one of the other big programs is our childcare trainings, and these are offered through AgriLife Learn. We have 28 childcare providers in Blanco County complete 99 classes, and they're still going. This was through the end of August. Another nice program, or one of my favorite programs that we offered, was A Matter of Balance, and I partnered with Cindy Leonard, our Methodist Healthcare Ministries nurse. She's out of the Johnson City Methodist Church, and Area Agency on Aging provides this program. They provide a free curriculum, they provide free giveaways and handouts for all the participants. It's for people ages 60 and up. And it's an 8-lesson series, so it's a little bit of a commitment, but they learn how to change their feelings about falling. So we all probably have people in our lives who want to sit, right? You retire, you sit, I'm just gonna rest, and I'm not getting up because I don't want to fall, okay? So maybe you know people like that, so we're trying to change their mind and their mind about getting up and being active and what to do to prevent a fall. So we discuss things like, like rugs in your living room that you might trip over, or an electrical cord, or things like that. So it's real practical information, but we had 10 Blanco County residents complete that, and we're planning another one, hopefully to be at Gem of the Hills, so we can have one in Blanco. In the area of 4-H, we're getting ready for our amazing exhibit hall. We've got all the entries in, and that will be January 2nd and 3rd. And we have Gold Combine. We did open it up to our new little Clover kids that Carly mentioned, and I've got 8 of those kids that are going to enter as well and be judged. So I think that's everything.
A couple of questions.
Sure.
Hang on a second. Sir, there's some seats up here. The childcare facility, did you say 20 something?
28.
28.
Yes, sir.
Do you, we had that issue about childcare, trying to determine childcare facilities. Do we have that information?
I do not have that information.
Okay.
So
More?
can you identify them? Do you have them like listed?
We have Peggy's Playhouse in Blanco.
No, I don't need you to tell me now. I'm just saying, do you have like a list?
Yes, I can a list of everybody that's here in Blanco County.
Yeah, that would be helpful for emergency services.
Yeah, that's from Department of State Health Services, and then there's probably a few underground babysitters that are not on that list, and we can probably even identify those. That might be important, people that are just keeping lots of family members, so we need to be able to find them. Okay.
Yeah, hang on. The other thing I wanted to ask you, they may have questions, but the other thing I wanted to ask you about is Farm Safety Day. It used to be a pretty big elaborate affair down there at the fairgrounds, bringing in kids from Blanco and Johnson City. Has it abated?
No, it's still a pretty big elaborate affair with all the 5th grade students in Blanco County. Carly Howell is going to be the coordinator in 2025. And we've got an amazing committee set up that will help us deliver that program. It's usually about 130 students, and that's what we're planning for. It'll be May 15th.
So I would guess that maybe half the people in the room are not county employees, maybe more. The Walk Across Texas program is not limited to county. It's not a county program, is it?
That's correct. We had 37 residents, and that included the, was it 16? Yes, 16 Blanco County employees, so the rest were residents.
But we could do much better.
Yes, I'd love to have everybody in the room, so when do we start?
I don't know, I'm having this conversation so the
Yeah.
word starts drifting out.
Yeah, I can set one up, do we want to start maybe like February 1, something like that? No. It's long, but it's cold outside, we don't sweat, it's much more pleasant, right? You want to start in August?
No. Last year the last couple of years have been good, whatever it was, springtime.
Yeah, it was spring, so
You know, snakes, but other than that,
yeah. Would you like to do that again?
I would, but I don't need to control this, so.
Sure. I bet the county employees would also love that 4-hour annual leave again too. While I'm here.
Assuming the commissioners would do that, yeah. Okay, questions?
Carly, will you put it on your list to reach out to the commissioners for your farm safety, and maybe we can incorporate some, traffic safety in there as well?
Yeah.
When working on roadways, people love to come up to the equipment and take the time to stop.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Item 7, a election service contract with the Blanco Brickhouse Groundwater District.
So I move for Rosemary. Sorry, how do you say your last name, Rosemary? Adami. Elections Administrator entered into election service contract with Blanco Pedernales Groundwater Conservation District for May 3rd, 2025 uniform election pending county attorney approval.
Is there a second? Second. Commissioner Eager, discussion. Rosemary, the numbers, it looks like we finally figured out the proportions. It makes more sense to me the way they're written.
Yes.
I mean, there's only so many people in Blanco County that are registered to vote. And then there's only so many people in a given district or city or whatever that are registered to vote. And the proportions look like they make sense now.
Yes, it does.
Anything else? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Commissioners, there's this program that's been going around, I don't know, it's at least a couple, 3 years. And the society or whatever they are, a bunch of people that are proponents of Texas history and us recognizing it, have actually purchased these plaques, which you're looking at weighs 230 pounds or something like that. It's massive. And it is the letter from Travis to, I'm not sure, the Texas Congress maybe. At any rate, it, as you can see, it's in I think bronze. And it's pretty heavy, and our plan at the moment is to, there's 2 choices. One, you could mount it on the wall in the courthouse, but you'd have, and our walls are probably thick enough that we wouldn't have to secure them. They're used to having to have to secure the wall, so that heavy with black. But then it's not available for review during times when the courthouse is closed. And the other option that we think makes more sense is to put it out on the lawn, like the one that's on the south side of the courthouse by the sidewalk, on that big granite pedestal. We were thinking about doing another granite pedestal and putting it on the lawn. There's some, I think, the pages that accompany it talk about the way this society is used to having these things rolled out. I've asked Ms. Jenkins, Sherry Jenkins, to help us to sort of plan this, help Connie actually help us plan this thing. And it'll be an event, I guess, in the fall, excuse me, in the spring. I don't think we should do it anytime real soon. It's coming, if it's not already here, it's coming shortly, and so we need to ask you to approve the donation. But you also should be aware that there's a planned event that comes out of this so that everyone can get a chance to have a look and enjoy it. So with that said, I ask for your approval and acceptance of the donation.
I move to accept the donation of a plaque letter from the Alamo from unknown donor Patrick James Starley.
Is there a second?
A second.
Commissioner Weir, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The 2024 hazard mitigation plan, and we have Ms. Langford here who wants to opportunity to say a thing or two.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. Judy Langford with Langford Community Management Services. I've been working with Patty Stores from our office, but she probably went to Maui this week or something like that. Anyway, she asked me to come, and thank you for letting me come and talk to you this morning. We reached the pinnacle of the process of the 5-year update for the hazard mitigation plan, which means it has been to FEMA and it's been approved. And the county has received what is called the APA, but it's the approvable pending adoption letter from FEMA that says they approved the plan. Now the Commissioners Court has to adopt it. That starts the time frame for the next 5 years. And then the other participating entities must adopt it as well. But this is the first resolution for the court to adopt it and put it into place. Be happy to answer any questions.
So the only question I have is, I know you sent us this resolution, or Patty did. Has she sent it to the other agencies as well so they can get it on their agenda, you know?
She's in the process of doing so.
Okay.
And we will be doing that, but it doesn't require that be done like within a week or two of this
So,
one.
okay.
It's just within the next few months that we just done.
Okay.
So Commissioner Leishman was explaining every entity in the county has to adopt the plan.
The participating entities, which are the city of Blanco, Blanco Independent School District, Blanco Cornell Water District, Johnson City, and then Johnson City Independent School District will need to adopt it.
So if the plan doesn't, if the 5-year run for the next one doesn't start until adoption, is it at the time the last entity adopts it?
No, it's as of, it would be as of today.
Okay, it's open. Took a shot.
It's just the way the rules are.
Well, I would like to commend you on Patty's efforts. I know this took a lot of process to get through, and dealing with FEMA was an excellent fun-filled time, but it finally got done, so I can remove it off of one of my agendas.
Sure, I appreciate that.
And this was grant funded, right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So the county was out, what?
So on this one, you were out 25% of the overall funds, and I apologize, I didn't look that up before I came, but it was, I think the plan, they're generally about 100,000 overall to do, so it's 25%.
Motions?
I make a motion to adopt the 2024 hazard mitigation plan and approve the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Weir, discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Langford, for coming out today.
Sir, and we will send the resolutions to you from the other entities so that you have them.
Do I need to download this into Viasi? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't, I apologize, but I can get Patty to get.
I've already reached out to the state. I didn't know if you knew off the top of your head.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay,
Thanks.
thank you.
The next item is discussing the fourth Tuesday meeting of the Commissioners Court and your thoughts on that.
I make a motion that we do not have our fourth Tuesday of the month meeting in December and hold court back in January.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Eager, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 11, Axon fleet cameras.
I move to approve the specs and purchase of 3 Axon fleet cameras as outfitted in capital equipment section of the fiscal year 24-25 budget.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Eager, discussion. Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 12. Can we do item 14 right quick? Nobody cares.
I can,
I see it as related to item 10 about the December meeting. So this basically authorizes the treasurer to take care of things.
I'll make a motion to authorize the county treasurer to pay utility bills and other expenses that are due and payable prior to the next commissioners court meeting.
Is there a second? Sorry. Commissioner Weir, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I'm gonna keep going down for first. Item 15, continuing education for Commissioners Weir and Eager. Acknowledgement.
I'll make a motion to acknowledge the continuing education for Commissioners Weir and Eager.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Riley, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 16, Connie and I gave this some thought, and I wanted to ask you all about, and I've heard from probably each of you at one time or another, I want to talk about scheduling a workshop to look over the development rules and regulations again. And I was thinking in the February, March timeframe, but I'm curious what you all think.
I think the sooner the better. We have some issues that have arose within our development rules, and also we have future growth that's impacting, and I think there need to be some changes that are done to it.
So that's probably a good thought, because as I see the process, we do the workshop, we come up with some thoughts and plans on what ought to change, and then we have to go through the change process, which is a publication process and a hearing process, and then ultimately another debate process.
Because one of the changes will regard additional fees.
I was wondering about if we want to stack a workshop on the same day as a commissioner's court. You want to do it on another day? How you want to do it?
Same day.
Same day, be fine.
And are we capable of doing it the first meeting, or do we need to wait till the second?
We already have a number of probate scheduled for the afternoon. Outside auditors will be on site as well. It would be a very tight day, but.
What's the next meeting in January? 28th. I feel like that's too long for you. Let's look at the 28th.
Okay.
All right.
Is there anything specific that you have in mind for today? Other than just that, or you want to talk about anything?
Really, I mean, I'm open if any of you have something you want to talk about. I just felt like I keep hearing that you all would like a workshop, and it sounds like a good idea. So I just want to get it scheduled. But if you have something you want to talk about today, that's fine. Okay. Do we want to talk about the burn ban? It ends today at noon. Silence.
Okay, well, you want to keep it on until after first?
Only me. I get yelled at no matter what you do, so.
Yeah, we've had some moisture and expecting a little more, but if we don't get it, and a dry northern comes in here, we're back up to where we are, and right now we're in the 525,
Between 500 and 600 now.
between 500 and 600 right now.
I was looking at that earlier, and what's kind of confusing to me is that Gillespie County does not have a burn ban, but they're at a higher drought level than us. They're already in the orange.
We do have the fire, president of Johnson City Fire, if you could give us a recommendation, what's your thoughts?
Just for instance, our guys are out on fire right now. Followed by somebody dragging a chain down 281, we got a lot of fires going on. So apparently the grass is still dry enough that we probably need to keep, I would say, high grass, chain dragon, turtle. Probably not really not for a little.
So do we need to make a motion to leave it on?
If you wanted to go past noon today, you do.
Okay, it's working on calendar, right?
The next meeting, to take it off will be the 14th of January. I'll make a motion to extend the burn ban till 14th of January, 12 noon.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Commissioner Weir, discussion.
Is there any discussion? One of the biggest complaints that I've received over the deal, and I know the fire departments have responded to a lot of people burning in fire pits that have screens over them. The way the previous order is, it's not allowed.
Yeah, well, you can make any exception you want to make, really. So if that's one you want to make.
Is that something that would entertain the fire department?
Yeah. I think, if they have it covered with a screen or a gas jet fire pit, it's not so bad, to be honest with you. It's the ones that are built in on the ground and just have rocks around it. Those embers can get out and burn, but, I think a gas fire pit where, as long as they don't put paper or anything in there, seems to be okay. I mean, we haven't had any with that. It's mainly where they're burning on open ground and it gets away, embers fly.
So in other words, we could say, no open ground fires.
Yeah, I don't know if you can put some type of cover over it, if they're burning wood, you know, that seems to be the issue with popping and jumping out of the, yeah.
Does that include charcoal barbecue pits?
Charcoal really isn't the problem.
Because we do, you know, with
Yeah,
the
we-
holidays coming up and all that, you have people all getting together.
There's some modern language we can craft, we can steal from to accept barbecue pits. I sort of got away from me when you started talking about screen covers. I thought we were talking about like burn barrels, but that have a screen cover, but the chief seems to be talking more about like ground
Fire pits.
fire pits that weren't about burning trash and stuff, et cetera. It's more about, I guess, aesthetic fire.
Right. And I
We
think
have
that's,
that regulation in our RV infrastructure in tiny homes that, they can have ground fires, but it has to be in a covered pit.
Okay, so that's what you all are intending.
I think that would help the fire department from making so many calls to people burning in their little fire pit that they're sitting around out there.
That or charcoal pits, good, right?
So other than making an amendment, do you want to back up and you want to modify your motion?
Yes, I'll modify it to, what we just discussed.
To include covered fire.
Covered fire pits and,
Charcoal barbecue.
charcoal barbecue pits.
Well, and gas grills as well.
Gas grill.
Why wouldn't we do gas grills when we do a charcoal barbecue?
No,
That was already in there. Yes, Russell.
All right. Commissioner Weir, do you concur with your second?
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Rolling back up to item 12. North Blanco County Emergency Services District Board.
So Judge, on this one, I would like to recuse myself as I have a family member applying for a position.
I'm counting 10, 11. You know how many we have? For the north. Okay, 10. We have 10 openings. And we have, excuse me, we have three positions that have come up. 2 of them are not vacant. And the occupant has expressed an interest in continuing service. The other one is vacant. We have 10 applicants, including the 2 incumbents for the 3 positions. And we can do this a number of ways. I also should mention a couple of things, because I think you've all received that communication from 2 communications, one from a current board member, actually they're called commissioners, one from a current commissioner that espouses that there should be, he didn't use the word term limits, but he might as well have, that they should be, that he shouldn't serve on this commission, this board. It's called a board of commissioners, according to the statute. He shouldn't serve on this board very too long. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I want to make sure that you had that brought to your attention in the form of an email, I think, or a letter. I can't remember which. And then secondly, and I think Connie gave you this as well, there's a message from the chair of the board, commission board, expressing that he wishes, and I suspect that I wouldn't be surprised, I don't see Ms. Hall very, but I wouldn't be surprised if she has the same feeling, that we should do this sooner, because by doing it now, if there's any glitch, it's going to carry over into the new year, and if it carries over into the new year, it bumps up on their annual training that these commissioners take, and they have trouble with, I guess, making reservations and getting POs to pay for it, et cetera, et cetera. And I think the suggestion was we should be doing this probably the date that we set for the deadline for applications is about the time that was suggested that we should be making these appointments, which is mid-November. That's great for next year. It doesn't help us now, but just wanted to bring that point to your attention, and we can talk about that and see how you all feel about it. It doesn't bother me as much because the effective date of service is January the 1st. So making the decisions too soon doesn't really help the commissioners board. And as far as the training goes, I guess I would want to have that discussion, because I don't know why you couldn't. I think everyone knows that there needs to be 3 places saved for training at the annual conference for Blanco County ESD North. It's not that hard. We don't know who's going to sit in those chairs yet, but I think that we could figure out how to make sure that they are ready to be trained, or that there's space for them to attend and be trained. All right, on to the subject at hand. We thought about the idea of, one idea is to score all 10 of them, and then count up the scores, and whoever has the 3 highest scores wins. I don't know, Are we prepared to do that if they wanted to? We don't have a score sheet?
No.
Okay, all right, well, we can figure it out if we had to. The other way is we can just go position by position and make a motion and appoint someone. And by the way, this is all subject to, if you care to go into executive session to discuss it, you may. The session that talks about personnel also talks about public officials and appointments. And this is an appointment, so you are authorized to talk about it in private if you wanted to. That's up to you.
I believe we should discuss it in private.
Okay. Well, normally that would be made in the, I know we don't always do that, but looking at the protocol, normally that would be a motion to go into executive session. And that's your motion?
Yes, sir.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Then we will be retiring into executive session in a minute. But before we do we need to do the same with item 13 on the south or not? In my,
No.
I didn't think so either. I was about to say, in my view, I didn't think so, but you beat me to it. So with that said, can we maybe dispose of item 13, excuse me?
Absolutely.
Anybody want to make a motion or two or three?
So let me make a motion on just all three of them at one time.
I don't care.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that Ann Hall, Craig Richardson, and Matt Hurden retain their seats on the board of ESD 2.
Second.
Commissioner Akers seconds. Discussion. Ann Hall, Craig Richardson, and
Matt Hurden.
Matt Hurden. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, so as to item 12, the Commissioners Court is going to retire into executive session.
Matt, you're gonna do it for position.
If you all want to stay, we're gonna go elsewhere.
That's
Me personally.
Compliment.
Is that everyone?
Sorry about that.
Is that everyone that's out there?
Yes, sir.
The Commissioners Court has completed its executive session on this same day, the 10th of December at 10:07 a.m. No action was taken on any item in executive session. We will return to item 13 item 12 on the agenda. And before going further on item 12, I just want to make it clear, we are. all right.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make it clear, and Connie, this is maybe most important for you. Without disclosing anything in executive session, just my thoughts on this is that we'll for next year, probably, I don't know, August, but sometime earlier, we're going to start the process of discussing a process a little sooner so that we have a more precise process that we can go by, whether everybody gets interviewed or nobody gets interviewed, or everybody gets a phone call or nobody gets a phone call, or dates, things happen, and we get a better handle on this. And so we want to start that process well before next year's appointments come up,
Probably start around after we approve the budget, start rolling into this,
at least,
Okay.
maybe even sooner.
maybe before, okay.
Okay, with that said, the matter is open. Discussion and action about appointing Blanco County Emergency Services District Number 1 commissioners.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to reappoint Mr. David O'Bannon and Ms. Coyotean to the board.
I'll second.
Is that, there's a second?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Weir. Discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? With one abstention. Well, that takes care of 2 of the 3 positions on that board.
And for the vacant spot that's left on the board, I'd like to make a motion to make William Douglas Fowler, give him that position, appoint him to that position.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Riley. Discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? One abstention. All right.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Riley. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
I did not intend that. Couldn't get the words out.